We've got our fingers on the pulse of local and international maritime trade. It's Nimasa this week. Hello and welcome. My name is Iretiola Doyle, and it is indeed an honor and privilege to be broadcasting this show to you on Christmas Day. From all of us here at the Nimasa This Week studios, we're wishing you a very Merry Christmas. As you can see, we're in the Christmas mood, as we hope that you are. Now, today's edition promises to be packed, so don't go away.
The year 2014 undoubtedly has been quite eventful for the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency Nimasa. The agency had engaged in a wide range of ventures and strategic partnerships that saw the actualization of great developmental strides in the nation's maritime sector. Under the leadership of the Director General, Dr. Ziakede Patrick Akpobolokaimi, the agency has given attention to both infrastructural and human capacity development, a venture that has grown the maritime sector to an enviable level. Amongst the issues topmost on the mind of the DG is maritime safety and security. Dr. Akpobolokaimi was quick to commend members of the media for their contributions in nation building. He also advised them to always cross-check their facts before publishing to avoid misrepresentation and misinformation. Of particular interest is the issue of Nimasa being misrepresented in the media as regards the issue of patrol boats acquired by the agency on a public-private partnership basis. In recent times, the media have been awash with reports of the agency allegedly acquiring gunboats. Such headlines, Dr. Akpobolokaimi observed, are misleading.
How many times have you followed us to those boats that have been talked about? Huh? They are the warships. The commissioned boats. No weapon came with those boats. The boats were just bought ordinarily. Decommissioned. We bought them. It is the Navy that has mounted their guns on those boats. It is the Navy that is in charge of those boats. So what will you ever do in this country that you have your peace?
The Nimasa fleet includes search and rescue vessels, pollution control vessels, work boats, offshore patrol vessels, and coastal patrol vessels deployed by the agency in conjunction with the Nigerian Navy and other security agencies under the Maritime Guard Command. The agency has some fast interdiction vessels, the ballistic boats, amongst others. All these boats were acquired over the past 3 years through public-private partnership and were at different times commissioned by the Honorable Minister of Transport, Senator Idris Umar in Lagos, and President Goodluck Jonathan himself in Okerenkoko in May this year.
With the commissioning of these boats, will significantly help in our efforts to secure our maritime assets, especially the area of crude oil theft. So we are commissioning this to the glory of God, for use of Nigerians to protect our country, and we are doing this to the honor and glory of the Almighty God.
The groundbreaking the President did on behalf of the government and Nimasa and the rest for the university, and 3 of those boats were also commissioned with the Navy guns mounted on them, with the Navy in charge of those boats. So what is the complaint? The complaint is that we are doing the job, it's all people. That is the complaint. No? They will not come and tell you this truth. Too.
It is noteworthy that these vessels, manned by officials of the Maritime Guard Command, which is a product of the Memorandum of Understanding between Nimasa and the Nigerian Navy, has greatly enhanced security operations on Nigerian waterways. One of such recent operations was the one that led to the arrest and detention of a vessel, Empty Sky, which was interdicted in the Brass Waters in a joint operation with the Joint Task Force. One of the vessels acquired by the agency was used to facilitate a visit to Brass, site of detention for Nimasa officials, to confirm the authenticity of the vessel's documentation, which is obviously not in order.
It is not registered. The vessel is not registered. If it is officially registered, it will put As they write the name, they will put the IMO number there. But it is not registered. Look at the name. The original name is rubbed off.
Dr. Akubulukemi declared that the misinformation may be the handiwork of those individuals and organizations who have been affected by the security reforms put in place by Nimasa.
I don't think Nimasa owe any person any apology, hiding under the guise of his vessel being seized because of oil theft or organized piracy, come to influence people to write negative things and the rest of them and the rest. Look, we are not politicians. We are doing a professional job under a mandate. So you are equally saying, possibly, or the reports are equally saying that the Nigerian Navy, this is a Commodore now, recently promoted from captain to a Commodore. So is DG's Navy or Nimasa's Navy. The word that is there is Nigerian Navy, Nigerian Army, Nigerian Air Force, not an individual. So if I use the Navy to work, it's a sin. If I use the Army to work, it's a sin. So what else do people want us to do? So when you look at the bottom, the underlying this thing, it is no longer business as usual. Go out with us, the number of vessels that cannot go out. That is the crux of the matter. But the thieves will come and tell you a different story to get your attention. Is this thing? Haven't you gone out with us? So in so many times, National Assembly people, they will say, okay, come, look, come, let us go. They've all come. From different committees, come, just come, we welcome you, come. They are all satisfied. So what still can we do?
It is also worthy of note that the Nigerian Navy appreciates the steady progress made in the area of collaboration to secure the maritime domain. Little wonder the force elevated the commander, Maritime Guard Command, Captain Ebony Aneke, to the rank of Commodore. He was one of the very few selected on merits for promotion.
Promotion these days is not as easy as it was in the past. Now we have so many officers competing to be promoted. And for those of you that have been promoted and decorated today, the decoration ceremony signifies the hard work that you are putting over the last few years. This recognition should spur you to work more, because there are other people that have done well, they were not promoted for one reason or the other.
Nimasa's efforts in the area of compliance with the International Ship and Port Facilities Security ISPS Code also received a major boost in the year 2014, as compliance level in Nigerian port facilities has greatly improved.
Implementation of the ISPS Code over the 10 years before we took the mandate back was less than 7%. But just 1 year plus, when we have assumed responsibility in the implementation of the ISPS Code, we have over 38% success rate. And our gauge is to get up to 90% by the end of 2015.
Capacity development is by far one of the major achievements of Nimasa, and the Director General explained the reasons for the establishment of the Nigerian Maritime University and the 6 Institutes of Maritime Studies.
Decided to establish 6 institutes, maritime institutes, in 6 Nigerian universities. We have one in Bayelsa State. We have one in that Bayelsa State is Niger Delta University. We have one in Niger State, IBB University, Niger State. We have one in Lagos, University of Lagos. We have one in Gombe, Kashere in Lagos, in Gombe. We also have one in Anambra State University. These are the 6 universities we have established maritime institutes to deepen manpower development.
During the end of the year press conference organized by the agency, journalists asked questions about wrecks on our waterways and how the agency has been dealing with pirates in the maritime domain. Dr. Akpobulakemi was very frank with his answers.
Talking about the Lagos State, I think they have been littering, the environment with threats, and it's, dangerous to navigation. So what are you doing about that?
Let me tell you, you will give marine notice 20 times. Come and remove your wrecks. Come and remove your wreck. You will not see Nigerians. The day you want to go and remove the wreck, a wreck that has been abandoned for 5 years, suddenly you will see crew. The next day they have gone to court to get injunction. I'm telling you what is happening. How many court cases just for us to remove? Okay, you have removed to remove the wrecks. We have advertised, we have told you. Okay, we have the mandate under the law to go and remove these wrecks. If I tell you the number of litigations we have here, that is to tell you that we must change our ways.
Sir, may we know some of the number of arrests you have made in recent time, and if some of them have been prosecuted?
As we are here, it is possible that some have planned or are going out. In the course of going out, we have, caused an arrest. What I'm saying is that arrest is going on. Okay, I want to ask you, how many vessels in the past 1 year has been hijacked this Lagos? Lagos constitutes over maybe 60% or whatever percent in terms of vessel traffic. And you think people didn't plan this? Oh, they have just all repented overnight. So that is the situation. So we take it as a commonplace. We don't give it any further meaning that we have arrested. It's not a big thing to us. It's not the kind of things we want to hear is that our flag have started, not how many pirates we have, because it's something that we are just doing routinely.
The steady progress made by Nimasa and gains of the administrations of the current executive management of Nimasa were conspicuously clear to all to see.
For us in Nimasa, we're very delighted with the impact we've made, the emphasis being on our achievements in the domain awareness, our satellite surveillance system, what we've been able to do. We can track vessels, we're able to monitor our activities and other things happening in the maritime sector in our oceans.
As Dr. Akpobulakemi marches towards the second phase of his tenure, the maritime stakeholders and indeed the nation are full of expectations from this astute administrator who is steering a revolution in our maritime sector. With the antecedents of the Director General of Nimasa, a lot of observers are of the view that he would once again raise the bar and deliver on all of his mandates.
Marine notice. Search and rescue emergency numbers. Pursuant to the agency's statutory mandate to ensure the safety of lives and property in the Nigerian maritime domain, notice is hereby given that reporting of all maritime incidences is now mandatory, and as such, the agency's Regional Maritime Coordination Center is to be contacted on the following emergency telephone lines: 07 0007 0010 and 07 0007 0020. Again, 07 0007 0010 and 07 0007 0020. Signed, Management.
In recognition of his achievements and innovations in the maritime industry, the DG and CEO of Nimasa, Dr. Ziakide Patrick Akpobulakemi, was recently awarded by the Edo College Old Boys Association. At the association's annual dinner recently held in Lagos, the executives lauded Dr. Akpobulakemi for the transformations recorded in the maritime sector. Earlier on, the DG also received plaques from the AES Excellence Club as well as the pilot newspapers for his contributions towards national development. Our correspondent Rachel Lubani tells us more.
The ambience was serene and colorful as top echelons of the society, all of them old boys of the Edo College Association, converged on Lagos to celebrate their annual dinner and dance party. The occasion was also an opportunity to recognize deserving members of the association who had distinguished themselves in their field. It was therefore not surprising when the DG of Nimasa, Dr. Ziakede Patrick Akpobolo-Kemi, was selected for recognition by the association. The conferment of a meritorious award for selfless service in the Nigerian maritime industry under DG Nimasa is not without precedent, having received similar awards earlier from two notable organizations. Presenting a paper on the efforts taken by the DG to improve the maritime sector of the economy, the head Public Relations Department Nimasa, Mr. Isichei Osangbi, touched on the human and infrastructural capacity projects the agency has embarked on, which has transformed the maritime domain. He stated unequivocally that Nimasa, under the leadership of Dr. Akpobolo-Kemi, is wholly committed to education. The representative of the DG Nimasa, the Assistant Director Shipping Promotions Nimasa, Mr. Frederick Ugo, also presented a practical display of the effectiveness of the satellite surveillance system in securing the waterways. The climax of the event was the award proper, and Mr. Frederick Ugo received the plaque in the DG's stead. He also had some remarks about the achievement.
This recognition by Edo College Old Boys Association is only going to spur him to act more. And I believe in the next near distant future, you observe that this recognition is just a springboard to act more.
The head Public Relations Department Nimasa, Mr. Isichei Osangbi, describes the DG's unwavering commitment to growing the maritime sector and assures of more development.
Edo College Old Boys Association Lagos branch found him very worthy to be honored in respect of what he's been doing in the maritime sector, and most importantly, his efforts towards growing maritime capacity, particularly through educational support.
In a string of related developments, the AES Excellence Club earlier also conferred on the DG the award of DG of the Year for innovativeness and integrity of leadership and best practices in the maritime industry. The Assistant Director Training Nimasa, Mr. Bashiru Jamul, received the plaque on behalf of the DG.
As DG of the Year, congratulations to you.
In the same vein, the Nigerian Pilot newspaper, during its annual public lecture and awards night recently, singled out the DG for the Maritime Man of the Year award, and he was decorated for his meritorious service to the country. The head Public Relations Nimasa, Mr. Isichei Osangbi, was on hand to receive the award on behalf of the DG. These achievements are a springboard to work even harder. Dr. Ziakede Akpobolo-Kemi, unrelenting in his resolve to transform the maritime domain into the maritime hub in Africa, has promised to consolidate on the gains recorded.
This award is going to spur Nimasa, the management of Nimasa, my humble self, to do things that are going to bring smile, happiness to Nigeria and Nigerians. Being recognized for doing few things for this country is enough encouragement for us to do far better things than what we have been able to do in the past 3 years plus.
The Director of Administration and Personnel at Nimasa, Mr. Uche Nwokorie, recently retired after meritorious service to the agency. Now, in recognition of his sterling career at the agency, a sent-forth party was organized for this astute administrator that will be missed by all. Our Waterways correspondent, Amanda Akpan, has the details.
It was indeed an emotional day for staffs of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency Nimasa, particularly the Administration and Personal Services Department of the agency, as it got together to bid the outgoing Director, Administration and Personal Services farewell after years of meritorious service. Mr. Nwokore Alexander Uchechukwu, popularly referred to as Dab's story from the various organizations he had worked before joining the defunct Nigerian Maritime Agency enemy, was that of dedication, hard work, team spirit, gentle but firm leadership, amongst other qualities his colleagues would miss. In attendance at the ceremony were top management staff of the agency, members of staff of the admin department, family, friends and loved ones, and other colleagues. Taking the center stage to respond to the emotions, appreciation and love showed to him by his colleagues, the outgoing director could not help but express gratitude for the warm reception given to him.
I want to thank everybody that came here today from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank all the men and women that I worked with in different departments. I can tell you that I was a raw article when I walked into Nimasa, but the years kept mellowing me. The years kept softening the rough edges. And I think as I live now, I've learned so much about life. I have seen this agency grow from irrelevance to being consequential. I have seen the agency rise up in the national consciousness. And as I live today, I live very, very happy that the agency I work for gets a very significant mention in the national conversation.
He also gave a little speech on his expectations of the staff of the agency as he leaves.
I would want Nimasa to be a happier family. I would want more interpersonal relationship developed. I would want to have more significant bonding.
When he was called to the dance floor, Mr. Uchechukwu took to the floor and thrilled everyone with his amazing dance skills. Nimasa is indeed proud of the immense contribution and wealth of experience Mr. Nwokore Uchechukwu has contributed to the growth of the agency, and wishes him fulfillment as he continues in his journey in life.
I was closely with him because he's involved in posting and deployment of personnel between departments. He's also another gentleman, very cool, calculated, and he takes his time doing his job, and he does it well. So he's going to retirement, and I wish him the best.
Nimasa, Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency. For Obonga shipping registration, no. Nimasa, commercial shipping, no. Nimasa, maritime labor,
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, Nimasa, the nation's maritime watchdog, established to promote maritime safety, security, commercial shipping, and regulate maritime pollution. Nimasa is well positioned and committed to take the development and standardization of Nigeria's maritime industry to greater heights. Are you interested in the local or international commercial shipping business, or in seafaring and do not know what to do or how to go about it? Nimasa will guide and see you through. Sea pirates, oil thieves, and all forms of dubious and illegal business on Nigeria's maritime domain have no hiding place, because Nimasa's eagle eyes will locate or catch up with you. For Nimasa, it is zero tolerance to sea pollution, as all abandoned ships and wrecks on Nigeria's waterways which pose danger to sea transportation will be cleared. Nimasa, promoting safe and secure maritime environment.
And so we come to the end of this Christmas Day edition of our show. Now, don't forget, Nimasa this week is interactive. We want to respond to your comments, your questions, and yes, even your criticisms. And don't forget, if you're looking for new opportunities, the maritime industry is the place to be. So you want to stay locked down on this show. It's Christmas, a time to be merry, but let us be merry responsibly. Remember, let's be security conscious, not just on our airways and motorways, but also on our waterways. Now, we're going to be here same time, same station next week. Until then, we're wishing you a very Merry Christmas, smooth sailing, and yes, bon voyage.